Hello and welcome back to the Cove with more BattleTech. Okay, so we're back with a couple more missions today. We're going to start with the cheapest one here. We're going to try and earn some money before we fly out of the off-planet and see about finding some old salvage. So, either way, with that being our main objective, let's go ahead and max out the money since there's not too much on offer here. Recovery mission, nothing too crazy. The Taurians won't be happy, but again, we've got all of the bonuses that we can from them for now, so it's okay if we upset them a little bit. And let's see, what else have we got? Do we want to bring anything else? I think this should be a pretty decent setup here. What have we got here for the Vindicator? We've got PPCs, medium lasers. Yeah, I think maybe... Yeah, we might keep things as they are. I think this should be fine. I don't think that there's a huge need in changing. So let's go ahead and deploy. This should be fairly good. We have got a couple of new upgrades for some of our pilots there. With Cheese Goblin, we can now shoot before moving, which should be a nice little addition for that highly maneuverable thing. And yeah, we'll see how it all goes today. Alright, so let's see what the briefing has for us. Okay, so our objective for today, retrieve the virus and extract safely. We've discovered a facility where Taurian researchers have developed a new computer virus that targets the control mechanisms of our mechs. We can't build an effective defense against this virus without a sample of its code to work with. We need you to get one of your mechs within range of the research facility, download the virus into its systems, then extract the infected carrier mech so we can analyze the virus. Okay, so I can only imagine what Yang is going to say with the idea of infecting one of our mechs with hostile code. Yep, well, that is what the job is, so
interface initiated.
Can't do much about that. Alright. You want to do what with one of my mechs? Yeah, told you so. Yang, they'll be perfectly safe. We'll scrub the command software once they're on board the Leopard, and the virus won't even get near the Argo or the mech bay. Yeah, right, we will. Alright, Commander, you need to move within range of the facility to pick up the virus signal. Order a mech into this region and it should download automatically. Protect the infected until you reach the LZ, where Samaya will pick you up. Good luck, Commander. Okay.
Ready to go, Commander.
Let's get up and running. Also, too, if things sound a little bit different today, yeah, funnily enough, I have been a little bit under the weather, and right now it's decided to give me a bit more of a slightly different voice to regular. But either way, we are where we are. I'm not feeling bad, it's just one of those things that has been slowing me down a little bit. But either way, let's see what we can do. Let's get the... you know, let's move the Phoenix Hawk into cover. We have plenty of movement there, so we'll just stay here for now. Alright, Marauder. Point in center. Let's bring our Enforcer up.
On my way.
The Phoenix Hawk, let's go ahead and sprint out to the side. Oh, okay, and we have contact. Alright, no idea what we're dealing with, but it is something. That probably means then I'd rather take some cover.
Roger.
Just in case we're going to take some damage, we may as well make sure that we are prepared. Alright, so looks like it's coming to us. Let's allow that to happen. Alright, an Enforcer. Okay. Well, that's fair enough. We have one of our own. Let's bring...
Good to go.
What do we bring? Do we bring our Enforcer to fight against that as well? I see no downside, so let's go ahead and get ours to take some shots.
Engaging target.
Alright, so far so good. It looks like both of those connected. Oh. Hang on a second. We have a grasshopper. Ooh dear, okay, you know what? That is certainly the priority. We need to make sure that we take that thing down. That could be quite some trouble. Okay, so what have we got? AC-10, a large laser, and small. Alright.
Standing by.
The Marauder, let's move you into cover. 85%, those are dodgy.
Yes, Commander.
We'd be out of range for Cheese Goblin, and we can't use a sensor lock.
Yes, Commander.
Then our Vindicator, if we were to move on up. We could technically sensor lock, and I think that's probably the ideal. Yeah, so if that's the case, let's maybe... I think we ignore the Enforcer for now. I think we need to focus on this guy if we're going to do well. We'll go ahead and we'll use our jump jets. Yeah, that'll put you... Okay, so we could move you here. You could shuffle off over there. The Marauder, we might try and move on up into some of this cover. Yeah, I think that's the way we're going to do it. So let's move our Vindicator forwards. We'll try and keep everybody in good position, and then let's sensor lock this guy. If we're gonna burn some heat, we may as well try and get some good percentages. Cheese Goblin, let's go ahead and jump. We'll try and strip some more evasion here. That should be good. Alright, so let's go ahead and fire those. Actually, you know what? 55% is really not that amazing, you know? Let's stay heat neutral. We'll fire just one of these, just so we can take care of some of that evasion. We'll save a full alpha strike for when we can actually get weapons on target with decent amounts of damage. Yeah, because we're really not doing too good right now.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, Ranek, let's shuffle on up.
Coordinates received.
We'll start the first couple of shots here. AC-10, 2 large lasers. Let's see what we can do. Not desirable missing that AC-10, but it's what we've got.
I got a sensor trace.
Alright, they've got a light mech coming on up. Alright, what have we got here? If only that AC-10 hit on either one of these two locations, we could have possibly taken out a leg. Or an arm. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of heat sinks and ammo. That's a lot of heat sinks. Yeah, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 medium, a large, and a... Ooh, pardon me, an LRM-5.
Receiving you.
Let's move into cover. Yeah, we'll go ahead and move there. Actually, if we move any closer, those percentages don't really get any better. Could go ahead and use our Phoenix Hawk. Actually, you know what? Those 90% are pretty decent. Could we even go... we're not going to quite get close enough for our support weapons, although we could... Is this worth going all out to maybe, like, take out some of its weapons? It could be. If we go here, we'll fire everything. If we go there, we can also fire everything, but we'll direct it more on the right-hand side. You know what? I think this is what we're going to do. Going to jump on up.
Firing jump jet!
Yeah. Full alpha strike. Let's see if we can take out some of its weapons and heat sinks before it can do too much. Alright, well, this is a good start. Alright. Stray shot is unfortunate, but can't do much about that. Alright, let's see. How did we do? Yeah, we did some good damage to the torso there. The Enforcer, let's have a look. Everything across the board, that's not going to get any better. Yeah. I think we go ahead and we'll shuffle on up here. Yeah, cover, good evasion. I think that's the right choice. Let's see what we can do.
Copy that.
Alright, took out a leg. Fantastic. You know what?
Critical hit, Commander.
This is ideal. This means we can now use Ranek for a cold shot. This could just be what we wanted
Commander.
Here. Alright, so let's get as close as possible. AC-10 large lasers are ever so slightly out of range of our small lasers being brought to bear. Alright, well, you know what? That's fine. We'll shuffle back over here. We'll move on up.
Heading out.
We'll take the cold shot. We're going to go for the head. It's 10%. If the AC-10 hits, that's fine. If we hit that torso, that should also be fine. Yeah, we just need, what is that, 61 points of damage. So we can't get the kill. That is sad, but it could be worse. Alright, yeah, actually, 61. Come to think about it, no weapons that we have could possibly take this out, short of an AC-20 to the face. Alright, let's just hope that multiple hit. Well, you know what? We took out the torso. That is decent
Solid
enough.
Connection on that one.
That does make our life a whole stack easier there. Yeah, there we go. 2 medium lasers and the LRM-5 is gone.
How's it going?
Let's shuffle into cover again. Full PPCs, medium lasers. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and put this thing down. At least this will make for salvage, although, I don't know if we're actually going to get to collect anything. Oh, well, let's aim for the leg then. Let's see if we can salvage as much as possible. We'd need 165. It's unlikely, but we might be able to weaken it up. Yeah, should have thought about that earlier. Oh well, it is what it is. Yeah, because that would have been highly more probable rather than going for that headshot. Alright, well, you know what? It's not the end of the world. We're still in a pretty good position. I'm not super upset here. Yeah, no shots there on that Phoenix Hawk. Alright, let's see what we can do. Got a commando popping up over the hill. Alright, well, cover is working out well.
Ready for orders.
Well then, what to do? So realistically, we want to aim for the leg and we need 90 damage. We could...
Waiting for orders.
Could move up and take some shots. We have 15 resolve. If we got another kill, that'd take us up to 25. Part of me is wondering whether we shuffle on up here and try and take a pot shot at this commando. Could do the same to the enforcer.
You have orders?
Look, the Phoenix Hawk, we could always just walk around and do a stack of damage, because that's what, 30 on that small laser, 50 and another 75. That's 120 or 125. That would technically be enough if we hit the leg. You know what? Maybe we go for the other cold shot. Yeah, or maybe we just try and set up its leg. So let's move.
Yes, Commander.
Let's favor its side, and let's see if we can roll lucky.
You should have never come.
It doesn't look like we hit the leg at all. That's quite unfortunate. Ah, well. I was hoping that we might have not hit that torso so much, but it is what it is.
Minor, Commander.
Alright, let's see how we're looking. Oh no, we did actually strike that leg. We've got 60 points left. Okay.
What do you need? Receiving you.
Okay, this is gonna change how we do things, I think.
Orders.
I would like to attack from the side if possible. Sorry about that. We could go... Yeah, look, you know what? I don't think we're going to get better odds. We're unlikely to kill it, but we could take out that leg. If that AC-10 hits, more salvage for us. Yeah, you know what? We're just rolling up.
On my way.
Yeah, that'll have to do. Alright, let's go ahead and fire. Actually, how much refire penalty have we got? Only 1. Okay, we're doing good. Pilot incapacitated.
One less target.
Oh. Did we get a headshot? I feel like we got a headshot there. I didn't see it pop up.
Commander.
But I'm not sad. Not in the slightest. Okay. Well, you know what? That is delightful. Well, you know, let's maybe try and salvage as much of the Enforcer as possible. Let's bring... to do that, I think we want to kill off
Standing by.
this thing as quick as we can. Could maybe drop off that AC-10. Yeah, I think that'll work.
Moving to position.
We've already got refire penalties. Yes, we do. Yeah, we'll drop that, minimize that for next time, keep a bit of our heat. Unlikely that these shots all land, but again, this thing's not exactly a armored behemoth. Alright, well, it was worth a shot. Alright, and now
Standing by.
Thimble in the Vindicator. Let's go. What have we got? 60s, 65s. Yeah, you know what, I think that's probably worth going with. Let's just see what we can get done.
Coordinates received.
Full shots? I think we do.
Locked on target.
Alright, well, you know what? Leg destroyed. Might still get a chance to get back up again, but I doubt it. Yeah, it's going first. Yep, I thought that might happen. Alright. Well, it's gonna have a hard time hitting. Yeah, those SRM2's not doing too much.
Systems holding.
Alright, so...
Yes, Commander.
let's see. I think we hold off for now. We've got some good percentages there.
Order.
Could take a...
How might I help?
Let's move this Phoenix Hawk up and over. Get close. We'll fire off an Alpha Strike. Yeah, this should be fine.
As you wish.
Even might be able to leg this thing too. Actually, no, we're front on. Never mind. I thought it was on a slightly different orientation. Yeah, let's just destroy this thing. We've got that TTS that's really helping us out here. Making sure that we... Wait, do we still have that? Yeah, we do. So yeah, we've got some great percentages. Let's just get this
Locking on
done.
target.
Alright, well, it still lives. We'll see what the Enforcer does. Firing a lot of that AC-10, so those percentages are going to get less and less. Alright.
What do you need?
Well then, we've got a couple more
up, boss?
choices. I think what we'll do...
What's up, boss?
I think we might move all the way up. We'll drop the PPC, and then we'll put shots on target here, destroy the commando.
Moving out.
I think that's what we'll do. So let's focus. We'll turn off that PPC, cool us down a little bit. Everything else should do lovely. Realistically, leg, center torso, whatever, like, it's not going to make a difference.
Got it. Now that hit something good.
Okay, maybe it gets to survive one a little bit longer. Alright. The Enforcer, let's get you to finish this thing. How is it living? Oh, 17. It's not looking too healthy. No, maybe we just stay here. Move up a little bit. You know what, that'll be fine. Let's just move up. We'll get the kill, that way we can get the resolve. Oh, actually, we're at 30. Oh, whoops, I didn't realize we had passed a turn. Okay. Should have taken the shot with Headhunter first. Alright, well, either way, it's not here nor there.
Locked on.
We'll be fine. That thing's not surviving.
Enemy down.
Alright, so, Rannoch,
Standing by.
let's get you nice and close. We'll see. 85, 75s. Oh, you know what? Bonus cover as well. Who am I to argue with such things?
Roger.
Let's mosey on up. Let's go for that precision strike. We've got a 12% chance on that headshot. Yeah, we'll just see what we can come up with. Well, no dice, but that's okay.
Waiting for orders.
Everyone gets a turn here. I think... Oh, look, I think this thing's just going to get sent to the
Good to go.
scrapyard at this point. I doubt that there's going to be too much for it. Yeah, I think we're going to have to end up
What's
bringing
the
this
plan?
thing down. Alright, let's march forwards with our Phoenix Hawk. Actually, maybe we use the Phoenix
Need
Hawk
something,
last.
Chief?
Yeah, let's go. Let's move forwards again. Come on, small lasers still outside of range. Actually, that PPC is, yeah, gonna cost us a lot of heat. You know what? Let's just move closer. We'll still cool on down a little bit. Yeah, the PPC would be nice, but again, it's not worth the excess heat for such minimal damage when the rest of these are looking so good. Unless we could drop maybe one of the lasers. Oh, you know what? Never mind. That's the best way we can do damage.
Copy that.
Well, there goes a torso.
That one's gonna leave a mark.
Alright, and then...
Orders. Standing by.
Actually, how's its legs? Yeah, the legs are fine. Okay, fine. Let's just go ahead and, we can't get in for melee. That's not going to be a big issue. Let's just move.
On the move.
We'll take more shots. AC 10, let's just bring that up.
Roger.
Yeah, it's looking unsteady. It will get a turn, but I think we should be fine.
Yeah.
Awaiting orders.
Let's see. Oh, cheese goblins. Oh, no. We have the range. Okay, cool. Let's move on up. We have others to take that have more armor than us, so that's fine. Let's go. Alright. Pile it out.
Enemy down.
Okay, cool. Well, that was easy. Exiting combat. Let's go ahead and we'll take a turn to cool it.
Confirmed.
We'll zip on
Heading
up
out.
over here. The Phoenix Hawk.
Waiting for orders.
Actually, you know what? We'll take just this single turn to cool on down. I don't think we're going to have much in the way of
Orders.
resistance, but we'll move the Phoenix Hawk in. Let's see. All the data coming from your unit just went bonkers, Commander. I'm seeing static from its feed up here. You don't need the instruments to follow a giant titanium battle mech. Just eyeball admire. Commander, protect that unit and get out of there. Okay. So, that should be fine. Let's go... do we go up and over or do we go around? I think we'll go up over the hill.
Received.
That Phoenix Hawk will catch up very quickly, but that also
Location
still might be the end of the mission.
Have the asset.
Yeah, there we go. No more of the Op 4. No need to run and dash. You know, realistically, if we had had a light enough lance, we could have possibly just run on in there and then zipped on out. But either way, not a concern. Mercenary review rating is increasing. 281,000. No injuries, no severe damage, just armor. Oh, and they even gave us part of the grasshopper. Oh, that is very nice. Yeah, and we must have got a headshot there too, because there's another 2 pieces sitting here. Ah, man. Well, if I hadn't known, I would definitely gone for the salvage there for a free grasshopper, but at the same time too, there's no guarantees that you're going to find anything, you're not going to find anything necessarily that's amazing as far as salvage is concerned. You know, you've got to make, educated guesses. That's what I was looking for. Alright, well still, XP is XP, salvage is salvage, and money is money. So let's go ahead and just double check our MechWarrior is there. We're hoping for a cold shot mastery on Ranek, and would you look at that, there we go. From cold shot bonus to mastery, that is what we were after. Let's go ahead and confirm that.
Confirmed, Commander.
That'll help us immensely. Now what we need to do is get our morale up and running so we can get more resolve each turn.
Standing by.
Let's see, tank's fine, I'm good.
Ready for orders.
Thimble, what do we do here? Indirect fire or maybe some gunnery? I think... oh look, you know what, I do like that initiative bonus that we could be picking up. But at the same time too, getting better base accuracy is not terrible either. We're not really using the indirect either. You know what, for now, I think we boost up your gunnery a little bit. But then I think we might go for the initiative, the master tactician as well. I think that would be nice. And then we can go ahead and, yeah, focus on gunnery after that.
Yeah.
Cheese
You have orders?
Goblin. Let's see, could go for some recoil penalties. We could pick up some indirect fire, but again, all of this is fine. Oh, we didn't even use your new skills. Yeah, it didn't end up being
Yes, Commander.
particularly necessary in that one. And then Big Man, some melee tactics. You know what? I'm thinking maybe we save for some better recoil penalty for the guts. Maybe we can get another heavy weapon with breaching shot. That could be useful. Yeah. Alright, so I think we'll leave that for now. Let's go ahead and see about another mission because that was fairly swift. Let's go with the cheapest and easiest paying one. Yeah, here we go. There's some decent salvage here. It's a base capture. It's in a tundra, so we'll be nice and chilled. Pirate research station. Got wind of its location. Need to destroy it. You know what? That salvage could be nice, but that money is also really desirable. I think we're going to go ahead and focus on the money. Yeah, if we have a look here, what is that? 733. That's a good, what, 160,000? Yeah, it's a good 160,000, alright. Is that worth getting a pick of the salvage? You know what? I actually think that it could be. We still go for a lot of money, but given that there's so much salvage available here, I'm wondering whether there's going to be a good amount of potential salvages that we may prefer. So we'll go for one choice pick, focus else on payment. You never know, we might be able to boost our money there. As for our lance, I think we'll just deploy from one straight through to the other. I think this is going to be perfectly fine, so let's go ahead and jump on in.
MechWarriors, prepare for combat.
Okay, so objective, capture the pirate research station. We have long suspected that there is a pirate research station hidden in the Ishtar system, and we've finally gotten wind of its possible location. We need a few brave and plausibly deniable mercenaries to secure the location for a dropship extraction of any valuable scientific personnel. Commander, plausible deniability is our specialty, yes. For some reason I thought we were destroying the base, but oh well, it is what it is, makes no difference. Alright, so here we are to capture it. Let's go and get our forces into a position where we can observe enemy movements and get eyes on the facility. Eliminate opposition and take control of the territory.
Ready for action, Commander.
Alright then, so it looks like we got some water. An extra 50% on another 15%, that could be very nice. Where is the building? Oh my goodness, okay, this is a far away. Well, if we're going to approach, I'm thinking maybe we go for some high ground. We do have some good long distance weapons, so maybe we do go ahead and just climb the mountain. Yeah, alright, you know what? Let's just go ahead and try that out.
On my way.
Bring everybody forwards.
Got it.
I
And
understand.
we'll see how that all plays out. Alright, up along the road. Again, we'll see what we can do here. Can go ahead and sprint up, and I think... yeah, we'll do that for now.
Of course.
We might take a second to chill, though, depending. Alright, let's see. So, if we're to get to the top of the mountain, we can either climb up here or we can climb up there. And you know what? The road is here, so I think we try and make the most of the
Got it.
designed access that we have.
Confirmed.
Bring you over there.
Affirmative.
We'll keep you up here for now.
Certainly.
It's not a huge issue, but, you know, expanding our sensor range just that small bit never hurts. Alright, let's go.
Move into position.
Actually, we can go a little bit further. That'll work.
Acknowledged.
Let's make our way up over here.
Have no doubt it will be done.
Alright, so we're in a good spot so far. Unfortunately, this does not let us get our resolve up and running, which would have been desirable, but unfortunately, that's for contact first. Oh, alright, you should have a good view of the research facility now. Be careful of additional forces. Reports are that they have additional units in the area that are rallying back at the base. Expect contact. Okay, Commander, a word of warning. We have reports that the base may have gun emplacements for point defense. Turret spots, just keep an eye out in case they're online. Alright. Well, as long as they're not full of LRMs, we should be relatively okay for now.
On the move.
Once we get to the top, though, we should be in a good position to see what we can see. We'll pick up the evasion, we'll pick up that, maybe try and make that Phoenix Hawk a bit more of a desirable target.
Commander.
Let's reserve and see if anything comes towards us. Yeah, so far no dice. Alright, let's get the Marauder up the hill.
Position confirmed.
We'll go for line of sight there, and we will... Oh. We'll brace.
Commander.
Go ahead and... Ooh, you know what? Maybe it's worth...
Yes, Commander.
You know what? Maybe we move up and see about... Oh, we could actually get shots on target.
How's it going?
If that's the case, we're not going to be able to
Waiting for
shoot
orders.
here. We're not going to be able to shoot from there. Yeah, that's going to be too far obfuscated. Alright, we'll hold off on making contact just for the moment. Let's instead move. Sprint. Yeah, extra evasion. Alright, and
What's the
then
plan?
Cheese Goblin
Waiting
and
for orders.
Vindicator. Let's go. Let's move on up. Alright, and then Cheese Goblin.
Reporting.
Let's go all the way over here.
Yes, Commander.
Make contact with you next time round, I think. That way we can at least get some shots on target. Alright, so
Awaiting orders.
Cheese Goblin, let's go ahead and move on down. We can probably... Oh, actually, you know what? Let's use the jump jets, take cover, and we should also get that nice damage buff.
Time to earn our money.
Alright, light LRM turrets, twin LRM 10s and some machine guns. And then we've also got one more turret and another turret. Okay, well, let's soften this thing up. Alright, no armor, that's at least... Actually, do these things even have... No, it's just you target it, or you don't.
Good to go.
Got some long-range stuff there.
Good to go.
Tank, we can go ahead and move up over here. Look, I do like the mountaintop sort of positioning here, but...
What's up, boss?
You know, let's not take any of this stability damage. Let's move up over here. We'll follow up with a PPC. That'll be enough to get the kill.
On the move.
Yeah, and it looks like we definitely know that they're turrets. I'm curious as to where the
Copy
mechs
that.
are.
One less turret.
Yeah, so at this point I think maybe one of them will ping one of our mechs and the other will just do whatever it does. I think we'll go... You know, let's just move up to the top of the hill.
Location confirmed.
That didn't work, okay. Oh, and of course we're just off for a sensor lock as well. Yeah, oh well. Brace it is.
Orders.
Tank, let's go ahead and run down the hill then. I guess we're going to go ahead and get into contact.
On the move. Full speed.
Alright, rough terrain will slow us down, but again, we're not taking any penalties
Heads
there.
up, Commander.
Oh.
You've got hostile contacts inbound.
Oh, alright. That is an interesting position. I was not expecting them to pop out of the water. Huh. Alright, well, you know what? At least we got the high ground. We have some cover. Yeah, that is most interesting. Alright, so we've got a level 3 here. That'll be both of these. Blackjack, AC2s, that's all that we've really got to worry about. But again, that's not huge amounts of damage right now. Actually,
Yes,
let's just
Commander.
double check. You moved through rough terrain and will take 150%. Oh, okay. You know what, that's fine. I thought it was only if we stood in it. I guess... Oh, if we stand in it, it makes it harder to hit with... +4 difficulty to hit units within rough... with melee attacks. Yeah, so it wouldn't have provided any bonuses.
How might I help?
I'm actually tempted of jumping on down here and taking some shots, but you know what? I don't know what they have. Let's go ahead and reserve to be on the safe side.
Holding for an advantage.
So, yeah, we've got good evasion here. That should be fine. But again, if for some reason they have like a hunchback down there, speaking of which, well, I know what I want for salvage. I doubt I'm going to get given it, but I would love a hunchback. Yeah, that thing's got an AC 20, alright. Alright, so 25 resolve. This is why I didn't jump down, just in case we were within range.
Standing by.
I want to make sure that that thing goes down if we're going to take shots.
You have orders?
Alright, so first things first, I think what we'll do is... Can't quite jump to the water. Could potentially get eyes on that turret, but at the same time too, I don't know if it's really our concern. Maybe we go... It's just a little bit out of range for some of the things that I'd like to try. So they've got a flea with a large laser, a flamer and 2 smalls. Yeah, Commando 2D with the SRM 6 and 4, fair enough. That thing's going to be a bit annoying. And then if I was to go here, what have we got? Hunchback. I guess we could soften it up a bit. Same with that. It's just a very dangerous jump. That's going to give us a whole heap of heat. And point blank at an AC 20, that does concern me.
Yes,
I
Commander.
definitely want to make sure that we get that kill.
Yes,
Actually,
Commander.
let's see. What could we do? Oh, we're not even in a position to do anything with our Marauder. Oh, man. Okay, so if we're to sprint, we can get eyes on target. Okay, we're... Here I was hoping that that'd pop up somewhere around here and we could shoot down. I guess that's just not going to be the case. Yeah, let's just get close as we can. Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe we just go for a regular move, and then we can do a sensor lock.
Coordinates received.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to go with. And you know what? I'm kind of concerned about that hunchback getting a shot off. Let's go with a sensor lock. Gives it impaired sensors, so it's less likely to hit one of us. Yeah, there we go. And then
Receiving you.
I think we have to go all out. Yeah, I'd love to get the extra resolve so we could get some shots on target, but I doubt that's going to end up working out for us. Let's move... yeah, into cover. Everything's 90. I guess that's as good as we could ask for. Yeah, at least we have cover and the Enforcer's got some decent armor. Mind you, you can never protect against a headshot, because that'll be 120 damage, I believe, so yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and fire.
Copy that.
Maybe we would get lucky. Does not seem that way. Alright, where is its ammunition? Is that stored in the same torso, or is it stored in the other? It's the other, okay.
What's the plan?
Alright, Phoenix Hawk. Let's go...
Good to go.
Vindicator. What have we got option-wise? Could try and keep some range on that. PPC. Oh, that's actually pretty decent. I think we're going to have to focus down that hunchback. We could move up closer. In fact... Yeah, nowhere where we go, we can actually hit it with everything. So let's just go for a nice distant shot. 90%. Yeah, that'll have to be good enough. Yeah, let's see if we can get that to work.
Move order received.
Alright, come on. Let's see what we can do.
Got it. Awaiting orders.
Cheese goblin. Alright, so what are we at? We are at... keeping this thing alive, unfortunately. Alright, well... What have we got here? That commando. We could potentially kill this thing and get some extra resolve, which wouldn't hurt. If we did jump up, we could get right in its face, but again, that feels super, super dangerous. And we're not going to kill the blackjack. I think maybe we focus on the commando? Yeah, I think... Oh, it's only three medium lasers. This does become quite the problem, it seems. Alright, I don't think we want to be in line of sight for those turrets either. Oh, and what's this? That looks like they have drop pods. Yeah, reinforcements. Oh, how delightful. Alright, yeah, destroy pirate reinforcements. That's going to be right here. This is going to get dicey quick. Alright, you know what? Maybe we do have to go in a little bit aggressive. Let's jump on in. Let's make sure that this hunchback does not survive. Yeah, we're just going to tee up everything we've got.
Going skyward.
We're going to pray that that evasion really helps us out. We can always jump into the water next round to get a lot of extra cooling. Yeah, let's just fire. Alright, structure exposed. That is at least useful. What are the turrets doing? Okay. Commando, yeah, they're grouping together. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, taking the flank.
Reporting minimal damage.
And then our turn, we get to go first. We do have 30 resolve. Ranek. Oh, we're just out of range on that hunchback.
What's up, boss?
Alright, well that is not good. Right leg. Oh, actually, maybe we can take that out.
Yes, Commander.
Decisions. Let's see. We go jump jet and hop down here. That'll warm us up. We might be able to tag a leg. That'll knock it over, push it back in the initiative line. And then we might be able to get some free shots. I think we risk it for the biscuit. Let's go ahead and get going.
Here we go.
It's not like we're in any more of a dangerous position. And look at that. In water, we can full alpha strike and lose heat. How wonderful. Do we aim for the leg just to follow up? Push it down the initiative order? You know what? I don't think we do. Let's just go ahead and fire the shot. That looked promising. Heatsink destroyed.
Scored a critical hit.
But I don't think that's going to do what I want. Alright, let's see how dangerous things turn out. At least if this hunchback either moves up the hill or towards our Phoenix Hawk, we should be in a good position to get a shot against him.
Standing by.
Because if we go... Oh, actually, you know what? If we stand in rough terrain... Well... There goes a medium laser. We need 65 to take out that AC-20. We do have a lot of damage. 140. If we hit here, that'd still take out most of this. 61 for the face. So again, we cannot kill it in a single shot. This is problematic. But it would push us down the initiative order. We could also maybe, if we clipped a leg... That would also give us the potential advantage with a tank here. Yeah, look.
Hey there.
I think we're going to have to go for it. Let's bring... let's see. Where is the safest position to be firing from? I can still target. Alright, so that's obfuscated. Those are still 85s. If we go up here, they're still 85s. Okay, let's take the slight, yeah, we'll move up there.
Confirmed.
I'm very much hoping we do not get hit by that AC-20, though. That would be very, very bad with extra stability damage. But we're going to go for a 35% on that cold shot. 1 in 3. If 2 of these hit, which isn't unlikely... Oh, look, the odds are not great, but it's not out of the question. I think we go for it.
Acknowledged.
Alright, well, we did get that headshot. That does slow him down.
Standing by.
Ready for orders.
Alright, let's go... Oh, do we just follow up with more? There's a good chance we could get the kill right here, or at the very least take out its right torso. That is the idea. That is the best case scenario, I think.
What's up, boss?
Let's see, if we were to get... focus on the left torso, that's definitely not what we wanted to do. I think we mosey on down.
Standing by.
Can we mosey on any closer? Hang on a second, let's just figure out the best spot. You know what, I just think we're going to go and make sure that we get the kill here. I think it's the safest plan. I'd love to get that headshot, but at the same time too, we need to make sure that that AC-20 does not fire. Yeah, I think this is the best thing for us. Let's go ahead and focus that down. The PPC will do a good job, the medium lasers. All of this is ridiculously good for removing our problem.
Firing on target.
And we took out the left arm of all things.
That one's gonna leave a mark.
Of course that would be how the dice rolls. Of course that would be. If we had hit the other arm, that would have taken care of our problem. And of course the AC-20's got 1 point.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, buddy, let's move... Let's move you down here. We're going...
Location confirmed.
You know what, we're just going to go with everything. The way our dice rolls have been going, I'm sure we're just going to take out that leg instead if we accidentally, if we take down any of its extra weapons.
I copy.
Alright. Torso completely annihilated.
Hostile removed.
Alright. This is good. At least we do not have to worry about that anymore. Sensors being locked. Yeah, we're taking a lot of stability damage there. Luckily, their shots are not good to hit, which is something. Commando gonna take shots at... Oh, the Enforcer. Okay. I thought it may have tried to take some SRMs at the Marauder there and caused a bit of issue. That's alright. Alright, well... Alright, let's get going.
You have orders?
Cheese Goblin, maybe we go ahead and backstab with you. Just try and take this thing out as quickly as possible. I think that's fair. Yeah, let's move up.
Consider it done.
This thing hasn't got a stack of armor. Let's just see what we can accomplish here.
Locking on target.
That is a surprisingly large amount of misses there. Yeah, we had some good percentages and that still did not pan out too good. Okay. Alright, well, either way. Let's, what do we go for?
Receiving you.
Well, we could move on with the Enforcer here. Get some good percentage shots. Actually, could take care of that Commando fairly quickly. You know what? Maybe we go for the Commando. Boost up our resolve a bit better. I think that's not a bad plan. Yeah, I'm sure we could probably finish off the Blackjack next turn with our Phoenix Hawk. So let's go ahead and see what damage we can do here.
Locking in all weapon systems.
Alright, unfortunately not quite as direct as I would have cared for.
Commander?
Fimble, let's go ahead and... You know what? I think this is what we'll do. We'll go ahead and put some small lasers on the Blackjack. We'll focus the rest on the Commando.
Roger.
So we'll go multi-target. A and B. There we go.
Aye, aye.
Get rid of some of that extra evasion. Torso, arm. That's all that we want. And then, yeah, there we go. Evasion has been reduced.
Aye, aye.
Alright, now Rannoch. Let's get you over... What do we follow up with? Well, this seems to be the best position.
Coordinates received.
Alright, I think we just go for the kill. We're heat neutral. There's no big deal as to what we go for. This will at least get us a kill. And potentially stop some trouble coming our way. So let's just fire.
Firing.
Oh, good shot.
Tango down.
Alright, sensor locking. Yeah, this is to be expected. They have AC2s there. Pitter-patter of damage.
Is light.
Luckily, we're fairly well armored, so I'm not too concerned. That flea, again, I'm not super concerned either. That little bit of extra heat's not that bad in this kind of environment. We can deal with that quite comfortably. Alright, so, Resolve 30. You know what? Blackjack, you look like a tasty treat. Let's move on up. 85s across the board. Yeah, you know, we'll move up over here. That way we can leave some room for melee against the flea if we so desire.
Move into
We'll be
position.
forward facing for those turrets. Let's go ahead and take the shot. 35% between all of these weapons. That's looking pretty good. And there we go. Lethal damage.
Hostile removed.
Alright, excellent, excellent. So,
Good to go.
you know, we got a bit of heat. Could go for melee. 65 is enough to destroy the majority.
How might I help?
A Phoenix Hawk. We could take some
Receiving
shots. Vindicator could also... not as good
Ready
though.
for orders.
Reporting.
Actually, hang on a second. Did I just
Need something,
see...
Chief?
Oh, if we moved... We would have eyes on one of those turrets. That actually could be more
Yes,
beneficial.
Commander.
Alright, let's go ahead and we'll move up over here. We'll take some shots with the Phoenix Hawk. We'll cool back down a little bit. Yeah, there we go.
Confirmed.
Not amazing shots, but again, it's barely armored. So yeah, let's see. 15, 40, 70 damage is all we
Order.
need. Let's go
Commander?
ahead and get the Vindicator. We'll follow up over here. We'll drop off that PPC, as that is definitely not what's needed. Although, yeah, no. Yep, that'll do.
Confirmed.
There we go. Oh no.
Solid connection on that one.
Sorry, I heard explosions and I just instantly assumed that
Commander?
it was already dead. Alright, well then, you know what? I would have liked to go for the turrets, but we'll go ahead and cool down here first. We'll just go ahead and melee this thing. It's, yeah, not going to make a big difference. Let's just cool down. Alright, dropship inbound for landing. We're going to get in and out quick. Okay. Occupy the destroy the defensive turrets. Okay, so we have to get in there. Okay, we're all good more or less.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, that's fine. That was a friendly dropship. Let's go ahead and
Yes, Commander.
Reporting.
you know what? Actually, we'll go ahead and use our jump jets. We'll pop on up over here. We'll get eyes on targets. This should be good for some long distance damage. Light laser turret. SRM 6s. Actually, this thing will have some decent accuracy. 2 MGs. Let's go for this one first.
Target confirmed.
Yeah, we'll soften that up.
Waiting for orders.
And then... I guess you can take shots as it is. 85 across the board. Yeah, why not? Let's just go ahead and take this thing down.
Taking the shot.
Alright, good damage.
That one's gone.
And then we can follow
Orders.
up with... Let's see, tank here. Yeah, those are pretty good
What's
shots.
up, boss?
Vindicator, we could also do that too. Yeah, we're sort of...
Good to go.
Yeah, we're not really troubled too much. Maybe we just go ahead here. Yeah, we'll take those 2 shots here. We only need 1 to strike.
Confirmed.
There we are. Fortunately, it does look like we took out one of the cranes.
Turret destroyed.
Alright, and then Fimble,
Ready for
you know what?
orders.
We'll march you forwards into cover, and then we'll
On
use
my
your
way.
sensor lock here, just to make it a little bit harder for them to target
luck.
us. Yeah, sniper turret. Okay.
Show me your war face.
Apparently they don't have line of sight, so they can't get shots on us.
Receiving
Yeah, I
you.
guess that makes sense.
How might I help?
Alright, let's move on up. This should be sufficient.
Moving out.
Alright, so what have we got? 4 AC2s. Yeah, again, can't do much without anyone to spot for it.
Orders.
And then, where do we go?
Ready for
You know what?
orders.
Let's bring the Vindicator up. I don't think it's actually got to kill this
Roger
mission,
that.
so we may as well share that out. Alright, there goes our secondary objective for destroying all the turrets.
That turret is gone.
Excellent news. So,
Receiving you.
let's just bring the Phoenix Hawk on in. We'll
As
chill
you
on out.
wish.
Everybody else can get towards...
How's it going?
Oops. Everybody else can get to the
Position
Leopard.
confirmed.
That'll be fine.
Affirmative.
And I think that is mission success. Alright, research station under our control. We're ready for the to send in the extraction ships for you and the scientists. Sit tight, Commander. I think Davian will be pleased with the results.
Mission successful.
Well, good news. That is delightful. Now, all that we have to see is what kind of salvage we can collect. So, extra 10%, that is nice. Damage-wise, we were fine. Yeah, lost a little bit of armor here and there. Luckily, we never let them get that AC-20 fired off. Go ahead and pick up the blackjack. I very much want this. And then any extra... Well, we got part of a flea, a large laser, medium laser, small jump jets, and some AC-20 ammo. Alright, you know what? It's not bad. That's not bad. At least we've now got some AC-20 ammo, just in case we do end up putting that thing together. Because, well, knowing me, I probably will. I do love a good AC-20. I think I'm almost... Look, as far as my favourite weapons are concerned, I'm probably split between like a Gauss rifle and a good AC-20. That said, though... you know, practically, obviously the AC-10 is always pretty handy, especially if you're running an LBX. Those things are great, especially on tabletop. That's yeah, some very good use. All right, but either way, we've made money. Let's go ahead and double check our MechWarriors. Let's see if there's anyone who can pick up a promotion.
Yes, Commander.
The answer at this point.
Reporting.
Cheese Goblin. I think we just sort of let things be. Yeah, minimum range penalties. I think we just save up for some more gunnery.
How's it going?
Fimble. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, we're still waiting for that extra initiative.
I'm here.
We have enough for a gunnery upgrade
Training
for
confirmed,
Rannoch there. And then...
by.
Oh, here we go. We have just the right amount for tank. Let's go for this coolant. I think that would be a nice skill to have. And that extra recall penalty reduction is going to be phenomenal.
Complete.
Alright, so that'll do. I think that's where we'll call things for today. We've made some good money, and we'll come back and continue to make some more in the next one. So, if you do want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning in to the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.